Who among us here would like to be great? Jonah, would you like to be a great lector? May, would you like to be a good and great mother? Louis, would you like to be a great instrumentalist? You members of the choir, students who are around, do you desire to be great? Parents, do you want to become great parents? Teachers, businessmen, fisher folks, farmers, frontliners, religious, priest, or bishop, teachers, politicians, public servants. Do we want to be great? At times, we associate greatness with power. A person is great because he is or she is in power. In our days, the language of greatness is this. This person is great because he or she is trending. There are thousands and millions of views in his video. He has thousands and millions of followers on YouTube and Facebook. He has the greatest number of likes and subscribers. We associate always greatness with power, with material abundance, with popularity. And that is why many of us do not want to be great. Because at times, because of the thirst for power, for possessions, we compromise our principles, our values, just to have those power, influence, and popularity. As we continue to reflect on the theme of discipleship, we notice that even among the close followers of Jesus, there is still that element of being ambitious. Ambitious not for others, but ambitious for the self. While they were walking in the area of Galilee, Jesus was talking about his coming passion, death, and resurrection, He told them that the Messiah will be handed over to the enemies, and He will be made to suffer, to be killed. He will die, but on the third day, He will rise again. And maybe the disciples were already thinking, if He dies, in case He dies, who will replace Him? And they were arguing who was the greatest. If we allow our imagination to play, maybe the disciples, some of them were saying, "Oh, Peter does not deserve to be our leader. Isda lang ang kaya mo. You are a fisherman." And then Peter would turn to Judas and Matthew, the tax collector. Oo nga, magaling kayo sa pera, pero corrupt naman kayo. You do not deserve to lead the group. They were arguing. Who is the greatest? But the good news is, Jesus is not against greatness. He said, if you want to be great, therefore to be great is not something sinful. But He said, if you want to be great, be the first one to serve. This is the kind of greatness that Jesus desires from each one of us. We will become number one in service. In our first reading, we are given a picture of someone who is great. And in the book of wisdom, he is called the just man. And according to the book of wisdom in our first reading, the just man is someone who was tortured by the enemies but did not compromise his principles. He was made to suffer, but he continues to hold on to the faith because he believes that God will take good care of him. And the experts of the Bible, the exegetes, would tell us that the just man talked about in our first reading is the Jesus who prophesied for his passion, death, and resurrection, and will never compromise even to the point of death. Greatness is shown not when we are able to accumulate things and to take position in power. Greatness happens when we are able to suffer for others, to suffer because we serve. There is greatness in self-donation. The greatness that is given by egocentricity is a greatness that is meaningless and empty. to the young people, to the students who are around in this cathedral and who are joining us in the different social media platforms. I ask you, when were the times, when were the moments that you felt great about yourself? Isn't it those times that you don't feel like studying, and yet you just hold on? You turn off your cell phone. You did not watch the television. You refuse your friends inviting you to go out. You just stay on because you believe that it is more important to stay and study than to roam around. To the teachers, don't you feel great when you walk and travel to far-flung places just to deliver the modules for the students? To the parents, don't you feel great that despite of the setbacks, despite of the failures of your expectations towards your children, you still continue to give them opportunities and chances after another, despite all the failures and the hurts that they gave you? To the public servants, don't you feel great that you are able to deliver the social services without considering political colors? Those in business, don't you feel great that you are able to lessen the prices, to lower the prices because of the disaster or the pandemic? Doctors, don't you feel great that someone was able to submit to surgery and was able to recover because you did not charge a professional fee? As a bishop, I feel great when I am able to show the care that my priest needs from me, both to the edifying ones and those who are hurting the church. All of us feel great when we are able to transcend from our egocentricity and reach out to others who are in need, even if we do not expect something in return. Love is purer when it is given without the desire for recompense and reciprocity. We become better persons if, like Jesus, we are willing to offer our lives to both the good and the bad. That is the greatness of Christian love. And that is why Jesus placed before the disciples a child as a model for greatness. Anyone who will take care of this child will be great. In the Jewish culture, a child symbolizes someone who is vulnerable, someone who is voiceless, someone who is powerless. And he said, anybody who will stand for them is considered great. If someone will take advantage of those who are vulnerable, of those who are powerless, of those who are disadvantaged, can never be considered great in the eyes of God. Jesus is not against greatness. He wants us to be great. And the pathway to Christian greatness is this: humble service to the disadvantaged, committed love despite setbacks, sincere dedication to the responsibilities entrusted to us. What is beautiful with Christian greatness is this: we don't have to be rich in order to be great. We don't have to be in power in order to be great. We just have to be good. As I have been repeating again and again the words of Saint Pedro Poveda, we do not have to be rich in order to be good. We don't have to be rich in order to help others. We only have to be good. Because a person who is good will always find something to give. We don't need a lot of possessions and position. We just have to have a good heart. A heart that is touched by the heart of Jesus, who is willing to suffer for others, especially the needy, the vulnerable, and the disadvantaged. If we keep that commandment, we will live in a great society where doing good is natural, where doing good is easy. It would not be good if we live in a society, in an office, where goodness is something unnatural. Our readings for today are encouraging us to create an environment of goodness, an environment of great men and women who are willing to serve and not to be served. This time until May is a time for us to make a good discernment. We are about, in few months' time, elect our new public servants. Let us now begin to gather data, to gather information, and the track records of those who are running for office. And let us ask one question. Is this candidate willing to dedicate his life and everything that he has or she has for the common good? Let us not ask who will be the biggest bidder during elections. We need great candidates, but we also need great electorates. People who cannot be bought. People who will stand for Christian principles, that we will be able to elect public servants whose only aim in office is to commit themselves for the common good. How beautiful it is to be in a province where you have great politicians, great public servants, and great constituents. Amen.